So I had this art project once that I started.
Can I do that?
No.
Just keep it going.
No recycling in the same episode.
Dang.
You can say that for next week, but
Ooh.
Don't smear black on this podcast, Andy.
All right. Next week.
Okay.
All right. So I was thinking. What I wanted to talk about was just kind of like stand-up comedians and like just kind of like our own style. Like what kind of style are we kind of like really into? If you're into any, of course, and like kind of give it like examples of like who you really like and why, just that kind of stuff.
Oh, dude. All right. So, well, you start. This is your topic. You
Okay.
Start us off. What do you like?
So like, so for me, I would say like my favorite types that are done is kind of like storytelling comics, and I think the two best ones at it are Louis C.K. and Christopher Titus. And I gotta say, I'd say probably Christopher Titus is probably my favorite. I think he just like does the best because he seems like, in my opinion, he's kind of like the storytelling stand-up comic. Like everything. I don't know, because like he doesn't have like a microphone. It's like just attached to his shirt, and just how like animated he is and just everything. It's like you're watching a presentation. It's like, dude, this guy is like, I don't know, he's just like really good at it. Like I just like he's like the best. But then like, so yeah, those are like my top ones. But then there's like other ones that are really
you okay?
Other ones that are really good, like
bumping tables.
Joe Coy, he's a good storyteller one. I think Kevin Hart is a good storyteller one. Like there's a bunch of them, and I just think like those ones, for me, those ones are like the ones that are like the most, just the best.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think one of the things that like I really appreciate about a lot of comedians. Hi, Brayden and your Snapchat family.
Just ignore me.
Sorry, breaking the fourth wall for a second. So I think one of my like the things I appreciate most about comedians and the ones that do this, mostly Louis C.K. because I think he's the one that I've seen do this the most or the most consistently, is that he, like, let's say he's had like several different like specials that are like hour long or whatever. He hasn't used the same material for any special. Like he like gets rid of all the old jokes he said before, and then he has a completely new set every single time. And I feel like, I mean, I'm sure plenty of comedians do that, but like I feel like as far as Louis C.K. goes, like he's the only one that I've heard. Like I've watched every single one of his specials, and it's literally different every single time. Like I've listened to plenty of comedians, and then a lot of their specials will have like either it'll be the exact same act, or it'll be like maybe one or two jokes that are the same in there, which isn't bad. Like I have no problem with that. I just feel like if you, how do I explain this? I think like if you have the same jokes like over and over again, like, and you kind of like you don't like you have mostly the same material, but you add like maybe one or two new things in every single time, like that's fine. But I feel like I would be less excited to watch your special again because I feel like I already know what you're coming in with. You know what I mean? And I feel like Louis C.K. does a good job of not recycling a bunch of stuff.
I think that's an argument between Louis and Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld like repeats a lot of his same jokes in every special, and I think he says that like people pay to see you because they know what you're gonna do. Oh. They know your jokes, so they want to come see you say those jokes. But Louis was like, no, they want to see you do new stuff every time. Like they want to see you, but they want to see your new material.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like, think of it like going to a concert. Like you want them to do the stuff you like them to do.
Right.
Yeah. But like I think that works a little differently with jokes though, at least in my mind, because like if it's a song, like you can love a song and then hear that song again and be like, yeah, this is great, and you can sing along with it, and it can get you back to where you were when you heard it first time. But like I feel like a joke, if you know the punchline going in, like you'll listen to it and be like, oh yeah, like I know this joke. And as soon as you think like I know this joke, like it's not really, it's lost a little bit of value. Like you've heard it before, and it's a famous comedian that you enjoy saying that joke. But like if the guy starts with like if Jerry Seinfeld and it's like, oh, y'all ever been on an airplane, and you know the punchline is like, oh, he's doing the airplane bit, like you know the special bit, you know what I mean? And I don't see there's nothing wrong with that. Like I like the jokes, but I'd much prefer to go see somebody and I have no idea what they're gonna say, as opposed to like I know the jokes they're gonna say, because I feel like it'll be funnier to me that way.
Yeah,
kind of similar to that. I've noticed that a lot of like newer comedians like tell almost the same joke, or like they kind of like recycle each other's stuff. Like I was at the Comedy Store with my friend, and we were in I think it's the other room or the small room or something. It's like the size of our living room.
Oh dang!
And they put us front and center, like right in front of the stage. So we're like looking up at the comedian, looking down at us. So we're in like prime heckle territory. And then there was a stream of like 4 comedians in a row where they're like, every single one of them points at us and like, these guys watch porn, huh? What kind of porn you like? And I'm like, the first time it was like kind of funny, but then the next guy's like, you guys watch porn, huh? And the next guy's like, what kind of porn you like? Like, okay, this isn't that funny anymore.
Fourth guy, hey, I heard you like porn from the first 3 comedians.
That would have been funny. But
And what did you answer with?
I said I like the shuffle button. And the first guy liked that one. The other guy's like, I didn't want to keep saying that. But
I noticed that too. I went recently, and there was like an Indian couple in the front, and every comedian that came out would go like, "Where are you guys from? You guys from India?" and blah blah blah. Like, so you at the end of the show, I knew like their whole life story because every single comedian would come out and be like, "Where'd you go to school? What country you're from?" And they like had to say it every single time.
I wonder if that's like. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe like the comedians that are watching beforehand try to do something like that where they continue playing off it. Maybe it just doesn't work. I will say though, I think a thing that I've noticed, like, that it doesn't bug me. It makes me like less inclined to watch these guys. Is when like comedians fall into like it gets really shticky. Like they have like a thing they sort of did maybe like in an earlier special that people like really thought was funny, and then like maybe 3 specials down the road, that's basically all their set is.
Get her done.
Exactly, things like that.
Yeah.
And like I think like the one example I can think of right now is Kevin Hart. Like if you look at some of his older stuff, like he is animated, that's his thing. But like I think it's like Seriously Funny, and the one that was right before that, I forget what it's called, Grown Little Man. I think those two are like, I could be wrong, but like one of his first like really big like specials where it was like Comedy Central, like hour long kind of thing. And his stuff there was good. Like it was funny, but like he wasn't like doing his Kevin Hart thing the whole time. Like he would like stop it and like he'd kind of set the joke up, and then the punchline would be his like, "Wow, man, what's going on over here, man? I'm Kevin Hart." It would be his animated self, but it would set up to that. And I think his more recent special, when he was in Madison Square Garden, forget what it's called, but I watched that one, and that one was just all him in that character. And it just, I don't know. To me, it seemed like there wasn't as many jokes as there was just him doing a funny voice. Gonna make the crowd laugh. Hit him with some fire over there, and they spew fire from behind him. He did that like 15 times with the entire show, and it's like, to me, that's not really a joke. That's just like a gag bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like gag bits. Don't get me wrong. I laugh at Carrot Top,
Gallagher.
and Gallagher hitting watermelons at people. But like, I don't know. I just feel like I think.
At people?
Yeah. It's like golf.
Yeah.
He just hits it out.
People pay to have water
Yeah, it was
thrown at them.
Yeah, from Gallagher, man. It's like it's his version of polo.
So like they wear the plastic and stuff to not get wet, but they're
Yeah.
still getting pelted.
Yeah, the splash zone
Yeah.
ponchos.
Exactly. There's full-on watermelon chunks in their faces.
I don't
No,
know,
it's
the
just
way-
full
the-
watermelons.
Yeah, the way you said it, man, it's not like full watermelon. You're just like, boom.
Yeah, it's souvenirs. You wouldn't want a Gallagher souvenir.
Getting knocked out. That's a souvenir.
Yeah.
A chunk of watermelon in your skull.
Then he signs your hospital bill.
It'd be sweet.
It's like those T-shirt cannons at sporting events. Like you're gonna get knocked out, but you get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get knocked out, but you get a
It's a
Gallagher
consolation
watermelon.
prize.
Exactly. But yeah, like it's. I think who else did something like that? I feel. Oh, Dane Cook is another one. Like Dane Cook,
Yeah.
like his earlier stuff. Like I think his like half an hour Comedy Central special. Like I thought was really funny, and then I think he had a couple. He had another one at Madison Square Garden that I thought was good.
Yeah, was that the one where it was like a circle around him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was that one, and then there was one other one, I forget what it was called. But like I thought those were funny, but then I think his more recent stuff is all like it's mostly just his mannerisms and doing his Dane Cook thing, you know, guys, when he talks like this, and it makes funny because he's taking jokes and he's telling them like this. And I feel like the cleverness of the jokes is offset by like the comedians just doing a weird, goofy persona, which to me isn't as funny, and it just kind of gets annoying as I watch, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just one thing that I've kind of
Yeah,
noticed
the
as I've
game
been
drunks
watching.
always make fun of Dane Cook. They always do that. Like, what's that like thing? He always was like, yeah. He always,
I don't know.
Before he talks, he's like, I can't even do it.
I can't do a good Dane Cook either.
Sorry. Can you move in a little?
Oops. Yeah.
Get up in that mic, Grant.
Yeah. Dane Cook. He's always all
Whisper
like,
all up to them.
his
peeps.
breathing is always really heavy.
Yeah.
But I really like a crossover.
Likes to talk with his mouth.
Yeah, that's what it is. Mouth. Dane
Cook.
Mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
like Cool
gut.
Whip?
Yeah. Yeah, he's really cool.
Exactly.
I really like when comedians though like break into television because I feel like Louis C.K.'s work, like his show Louis was really like nice and artsy, and it was really cool.
Yeah, he had a few shows that did not work out so good before
Yeah.
that though. I think like Lucky Louie only lasted for like a
Oh, yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Well, the difference with this one is like it's his show. Like he edits it, he directs it. Like
Yeah.
he does everything except camera, I think.
Exactly, and like that's one of the things where like I think if you give like a solid comedian like creative freedom with what their show is, then you're gonna get a good show. But if you don't,
Yeah.
you get things like Pootie Tang.
Or the John Mulaney show.
Was that not good?
No.
Oh, sad. 'Cause I think John Mulaney's funny.
Yeah, he's awesome, but somehow on
His show
network
wasn't
TV, he's not funny.
Oh,
Is the Jim Gaffigan show any good?
was it
I
Jim
haven't seen
Gaffigan?
it.
I
show?
liked it.
I like Jim
Kinda funny.
Gaffigan. All his specials are food.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I don't know how he does an hour on food.
I mean, food's pretty good. Everyone can relate, you know.
Exactly. It's so good.
And he's one of the weird ones where he can do that weird voice and like it works.
Thank you. He's a perfect example of that. Because I think what it is, because he doesn't pepper it throughout his entire. Well, he doesn't.
I feel like he does.
Pepper was the wrong word. I mean, he doesn't like do it throughout constantly. Like he'll tell his joke, but then he'll do like the I'm not even telling a joke anymore, guys. And he'll do that voice, but it's in a way that works. It's not like
It becomes more like a running gag
Yeah.
instead of like the backbone of it.
exactly. It's a callback instead of having it being the driving force to what is funny in your act, kind of thing. At least in my opinion.
Do you agree?
I don't know. I'm not really Jim Gaffigan.
Oh. then get out.
I think I need to watch before we wrap this segment up. I think I need to watch Christopher Titus again, Andy, because you showed him to me.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't receive him well.
I
Weren't
think-
really that interested.
Wait, who is that?
Christopher Titus is a well. You tell him, Andy. You like him more?
Yeah, he's this like tall, skinny guy. His comedy style is like, okay, so he's all about storytelling, and it's usually stories about his life and how his whole family is like dysfunctional, and he kind of talks. That's kind of like the basis of his specials. Is it just keeps building and building, building off of that. He had a show on Fox for I think 3 seasons. It was like a sitcom.
Tidal Wave.
Actually, Titus, but yeah, he had that. Actually, I think right now he's the host of that Pawn Stars game show.
There's a Pawn Stars game show.
Yeah, the Pawn
yeah,
Star
there
guys
is.
go and do like a Jeopardy type thing. And then,
What? What?
Yeah, no, I'm serious, dead serious.
Pawn
I've
Stars
seen
got
that.
a
How does that even work?
spin-off?
Yeah, they got a
I
spin
forget-
off.
What's it called? It's kind of like a weird. It's another play on like porn stars.
Yeah.
You got pawned.
I want to look it up.
Yeah, I gotta look this guy.
But yeah,
keep going.
So
We'll
yeah,
vamp for you guys.
he's the host of that, and then the Pawn Star guys are like contestants, and then they have like actual. It's like Ben Stein's Money, close to that kind of.
That's really weird to me. I
But-
didn't know that. How could that possibly be a thing?
But I mean, like his main thing is stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I've literally never seen this guy before.
Oh yeah, it's called pornography.
Pornography. That's what it was.
Wow, I'm glad they're really selling that home.
It's a
Ham
it's a really
fisting
good
that
idea.
in there.
I mean, Pawn Stars really took off. That was surprising. It was just like
Yeah, it did.
4 big, ugly, fat people, and they just sit around and breathe really heavy, and they're like, "Chumley, you need to be less fat." And then they're like,
And they're like, that's not that much money.
And they just say numbers.
Yeah, he's got a buddy who's an expert in every field.
Yeah. How about you come back tomorrow? I got a buddy who knows cars. He knows clowns and cars and clowns. And they're just like, yeah, there's that. That's a person.
I got a buddy who's an expert in 18th century fish-shaped jewelry. So
It's like my God, between you and all your buddies, you know everything in the
Yeah.
universe to know ever.
Yeah, how do you just like say a price? How could he just be like, I think that sword, it's from, where is it from? Oh yeah, it's like $100. That's all I'm gonna give you. How can he just say like a certain price, like out of his head, out of nowhere?
Yeah, I got a buddy who knows how much things are worth. I'm gonna talk to him for a while.
well, realistically, he's got a producer in his ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the budget for this episode is $200. So
That is wow. You are crazy as shit if you think he's gonna let him spend half the budget on the episode on a stupid sword. But yeah, back to Christopher Titus for a hot second before we wrap up. Like I just think I need to rewatch him because I didn't when I watched the special I didn't really receive it as super funny. His jokes were good and like he was very animated, but like I wasn't feeling it. So maybe now in my older age and my wisdom understand his humor more.
Because that's all it needs is the experience of life.
Exactly.
Under your belts.
Exactly.
I feel like I don't laugh that hard at a lot of stand-up comedian specials. I don't know why. People always like, oh, check out Bill Burr, and my friend Mike tells me that Bill Burr is like the best ever.
Was
he's
he
the best stand-up ever.
British one?
No,
No.
he's like a balding middle-aged man.
He's like the
very
epitome of like
American.
Boston accent.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, it's me, Bill Burr.
I
from
laughed
Boston.
a couple times, but I wouldn't say he's the best ever. I don't know.
Yeah.
He had one piece that was like legendary where he just heckled somebody for I think like 10 or 15 minutes straight.
Oh my
But
god.
like, yeah, it was good.
Oh my god. That poor man.
No, the guy
was it an
deserved-
Indian family?
No, the guy deserved it though. Like
Okay.
he started it.
Okay. It's always good when they deserve it.
But yeah, no, but I would like to say though, I forget how long ago it was, but me and Brayden went to a comedy show
Oh yeah.
relatively recently, and it was Steve Byrne playing. And when he came out, he mentioned that it was gonna be like all new material that he was pretty much testing on us to see if he was gonna put it in his like stand-up special that I guess is coming out or maybe it already is. But it was like cool, like he came out with like a book with like all his jokes just to make sure he went through the ones he wanted to, and then he would go tell his joke and be like, yeah, that was good. It was just like it was cool, just like the process. Like,
Yeah, and he would like turn those into jokes too. Like he would say a joke, nothing would happen. Like, okay, not putting that one in.
Okay. Bad joke. Do not tell again.
And there was one that was like, I don't know, it was like religious based or something. I thought it was hilarious
Oh,
or something, but
yeah.
he was still like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that one. I'm like, dude, I want you to do that one. That one was awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I think like because I haven't been to a lot of comedy shows like specials live, and I think that's the thing that like a lot of people don't really get to see, which I think you should. Like, everyone should go to see comedy shows because like
Yeah, it's interesting.
like a comedian will go up there for like 45 minutes and completely bomb, but walk away with like 5 minutes of stuff they can use for like a special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think people assume like comedians are just everything they have is gold, like perpetually, forever, always. They like them, and it's like that's not how it works. You got to workshop things. You got to figure out what works and what doesn't. And then people get mad when things don't work. Like, why aren't you funny? And like, well, no, like I swear I am. You just gotta give me a chance, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Crowds are weird too.
Crowds are
Sometimes you get a really bad crowd, and then the comedians are all like thrown off. And
Yeah, one of the guys that came on before Steve Byrne, I don't know, he had good jokes, but
Oh yeah,
people just weren't
We're feeling
laughing
it.
at him.
they weren't drunk yet.
He was like the first act.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I feel like act number 1 too is the hardest one because it's before the crowd's loosened up. So they're all sitting in their
Yeah.
chairs with their arms folded, like entertain me.
I noticed like 3 and 4 are like the good ones.
Yeah.
Then the Comedy Store, like they go to like 12, and it gets weird at the end. There's like 6 people left in the audience. And
Yeah, that was really weird. There's this girl at the last show who was doing stand up, and like nobody was really laughing at her. And I guess she went back there and told like the guy who was coming out, like, they're gonna like you because you have a penis. They didn't like me because I'm a girl. And then he came out and he like was like he said that he was like, you guys are gonna love me because I have a penis, and everybody loved him the whole time. he was hilarious.
Oh, that's so sad.
I think that's kind of true though. I feel like girl comedians, I don't know.
Oh, it's
don't-
100% true.
Yeah, they
Like,
don't get as much credit.
yeah, no, definitely. It's like there's the stigma that like women aren't funny, and so like female comedians are hard to come by,
Yeah.
or at least popular ones. Like there are plenty of female comedians that are good, but just no one either A likes them or B like just doesn't listen to them.
Yeah, I
'cause
feel
they're
like
a girl,
they're
which
hard
is
to
stupid.
relate to. Like
Yeah.
there was a girl on the stage going like, I just had a baby, and everyone's like, I don't know, I don't get this. I don't understand having babies. Is that a
Tell
joke?
penis jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about your coos.
And one time in that same room that Brayden's talking about, the really small one, there's this girl that her whole entire bit, the whole entire time she had on stage, she talked about how she can't feel anything in her vagina anymore. And it just kind of made everybody uncomfortable. She was like, yeah, you always used to use the shower nozzle on my vagina, and it was so hot
saw
that it
her
burned off all of the
too.
nerves in my vagina. And
she did that exact same
Really?
routine. Yeah.
it was,
It'll work somewhere. God damn it.
it was just kind of like quiet the whole time. It was weird.
Yeah. I think that's hard to recover from too, because like I've seen there was one guy at school that tried to do stand-up comedy at like this Mr. Long Beach thing, and it just, God bless him, like I think he had some okay stuff, but it was just like not the right time or place to try to do stand-up. And so he he got the awkward laughs where it's like, I'm gonna laugh just so I'm laughing and it's not totally
It's just like his friends in the front.
kind of, yeah. And it was like, and he went on, he overstayed his welcome too, so it was like just kind of painful. And I think that's a hard thing to come back from, where if like you start off and no one's laughing, it gets awkward. It's like a perpetual downward spiral where you gotta like climb your way back out and be like, no, I swear I'm funny, please.
Yeah.
But you just get swallowed by that void.
I always wonder if they like make stuff up too. Cause like I'll be sitting in the front and I'll be like laughing at most of the jokes, and he's up there like, "How come nobody's laughing?" I'm like, "Come on, dude, I'm trying here. I can't carry this by myself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you out here, man."
I know you can see me. You asked me about porn 2 seconds ago."
You served your purpose, Brayden. You're done.
Yeah, but I feel like that doesn't work though, because like they'll do it like for us, they did like some of the comics throughout the show, their set, and it's like, dude, you're just making it uncomfortable.
Yeah, stop drawing attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's another thing. You can riff. If you get on like a tangent and it's going well, you can kind of flow with that. But if it just doesn't work, you kind of I feel like you have to like stop that tangent and be like, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Like U-turn. But I think
Yeah.
people are like, no, I can make it work. And they just try to keep going with it. And then it just, like I said, there's that void at the bottom that's just sucking them down.
Yeah, it's like, stop hitting it on your hand, being like, is this thing on? Just stop doing that.
What are you, an audience on oil painting? And that big hook comes down and drags them off stage. And the shoes spiral off their feet.
The hook comes down?
The cane, like
Yeah.
a cane from the side of the
Remember the one
okay.
at the jacuzzi?
Oh, okay. No.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking like, I don't know. My mind just went dark. I was just like, just some meat hook just.
Jesus.
Like saw or something.
What is wrong with you?
Andy.
That's how the people.
You said the hook came down. I think
talking
the hook
about-
comes from the side.
We're talking about
A side hook.
Yeah, I think you could. We're talking about slapstick comedy. You turn this into like a dark, scary midnight train of terror.
That's
in the
classic,
future,
that's classic
if you
slapstick.
want to do stand up and you're not good enough, the people running the place just press a button and a hook comes and throws you out of their store.
See? Awesome.
They hit a button and a trapdoor opens with feral dogs that
Nice.
tear you to shreds. Oh goodness!
You want to bring us home, Andy?
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know. how.
Pharrell dogs?
Yeah.
Will dogs.
Will Ferrell dogs.
Yeah. Will Ferrell dogs and Pharrell dogs with like
Pharrell
little
Yeah.
fedoras.
It's a bunch of bulldogs with Will Ferrell's face.
Got some of that poofy hair.
And there's a couple of them with like the little fedoras that Pharrell wears.
Those like
And they
what
sing.
are those like Canadian Mountie?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And one Ron Burgundy dog.